The fluorescent lights of the upscale restaurant buzzed like angry hornets over the clinking crystal and murmured laughter of the elite. At table 12, Evelyn Harper sat alone, her left hand wrapped in a frayed grey bandage that looked out of place against the starched white tablecloth. Her right hand cradled a glass of water, knuckles white, as the maitre d' hovered with practiced disdain. "Ma'am, the reservation was for 6. Your party hasn't arrived." Evelyn's voice was soft, almost swallowed by the room's opulence. "They're coming. I'm early." The man's eyebrow arched like a drawn bow. Across the dining room, a table of 4. 3 men in tailored suits, 1 woman dripping diamonds, watched her the way predators watch a wounded bird. One of them, a tech bro with a watch that cost more than Evelyn's car, leaned toward his companions. "Bet she's a charity case. Look at that bandage. Probably faked it for the free meal." His laugh cracked like ice. The woman beside him, lips painted the color of fresh blood, tittered. "Or she's the help who wandered upstairs." Evelyn heard every word. She always did. Her whole life, people had spoken over her, around her, through her, like she was furniture. But tonight, she wasn't here to be invisible. Tonight, she was the storm. Hey, if you're already feeling the heat of this moment, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a story that'll leave you breathless. Turn on notifications, we're just getting started. The tech bro, his name was Landon, though Evelyn didn't know it yet, stood and sauntered over, wine glass dangling from manicured fingers. "Excuse me," he said, loud enough for half the room to hear. "You're in the wrong section." "The soup kitchen's downtown." His friends howled. Evelyn didn't flinch. She lifted her bandaged hands slowly, deliberately, and unwrapped the gauze. The room's chatter dipped, curiosity pulling eyes like magnets. Beneath the bandage, her skin was pale, scarred, and inked with a tattoo that made Landon's smirk freeze mid-air. A black circle, broken by a jagged lightning bolt. Numbers beneath it, 47 to 09. The woman with the diamonds gasped, a sound like glass shattering. Landon's wine sloshed over his cuff. "What the hell is that?" he whispered, but Evelyn was already standing. The chair scraped back with a sound like a gunshot. She rolled up her sleeve, revealing the full tattoo, the Blacksite symbol, classified, whispered about in dark corners of the internet. The mark of Project Erebus. The room went dead silent. Evelyn's voice, when she spoke, was low and steady, but it carried the weight of a lifetime of being underestimated. "You mocked my hand, you mocked me, but you don't know what this hand has done." She flexed her fingers, and the scars caught the light, burn marks, surgical lines, the ghost of restraints. Landon took a step back, bumping into a waiter. The diamonds woman clutched her pearls like they could shield her. Evelyn continued, her eyes never leaving Landon's. 3 years ago, I was in a place that doesn't exist on any map, a Blacksite in the Nevada desert. They broke my hand on day 1, said it was to teach me obedience. She smiled, but it wasn't kind. They learned I don't obey. The restaurant's manager appeared, face pale, whispering urgently into a phone. Evelyn ignored him. She reached into her purse and pulled out a small black device, no bigger than a lighter. She pressed it once. Every screen in the restaurant, televisions, phones, even the digital menu boards, flashed the same image. A grainy video of a concrete room, a woman strapped to a chair, her hand crushed under a boot. The woman's face was younger, bruised but unmistakable. Evelyn. The audio was raw, screams echoing off cinder-block walls. The diamonds woman vomited into her napkin. Landon's knees buckled. He grabbed the table for support, knocking over a candle. Wax pooled like blood. Evelyn's voice cut through the chaos. "You think money makes you untouchable. You think a broken hand makes me weak, but I've survived things that would shatter your soul." She stepped closer to Landon, close enough to smell his fear. "That tattoo? It's not a brand. It's a warning. I was their weapon. And tonight, you're the target." She pressed the device again. The screen shifted to a live feed. Landon's penthouse apartment, his safe cracked open, documents spilling out, his face drained of color. "How?" he stammered. Evelyn leaned in, her breath warm against his ear. "I know everything about you, Landon. Your offshore accounts, your charity that funnels money to militias, Your little habit of drugging interns. I've been watching you for months." The room was a graveyard of whispers and wide eyes. Evelyn turned to the diamonds woman, whose name was Claire. "And you, Claire, your husband's company? The one that accidentally dumped chemicals into the river last year? I have the emails, the ones you deleted." Claire's hand flew to her mouth. Evelyn's gaze swept the table, then the room. "You all think you're kings and queens, but tonight you're just prey." She raised her bandaged hand, now fully unwrapped, and the tattoo seemed to pulse under the lights. "This hand has ended men. It signed orders that erased entire operations, and you mocked it." Sirens wailed in the distance, growing closer. The manager was on his knees, begging. Evelyn ignored him. She walked to the center of the room, where a chandelier glittered like a frozen explosion. She looked up at it, then back at the crowd. "You want to know the worst part? I didn't come here for revenge. I came here to warn you." She pulled a folder from her purse, thick with documents, and tossed it onto Landon's table. It landed with a thud. "Everything you've done, everything you're planning, it's over." She turned to leave, but paused at the door. "Oh, and Landon, your car's wired to explode in 30 seconds. I'd run." The room erupted. Screams, crashing chairs, the shatter of crystal as people scrambled for the exits. Landon sprinted past her, face twisted in terror, Claire sobbing behind him. Evelyn stood in the doorway, untouched by the chaos, her silhouette framed by the night. The sirens were close now, red and blue lights painting the street. She slipped into the crowd, vanishing like smoke. But the story doesn't end there. 3 days later, Landon's empire crumbled. His accounts were seized, his partners arrested, his name splashed across every headline. Claire's husband took a plea deal, sobbing in court as evidence of his crimes flooded the news. The restaurant closed, its reputation poisoned. And Evelyn? She was gone. No trace, no record. Just a whisper on the dark web, the woman with the Blacksite tattoo, the ghost who brought down giants. Some say she was a myth, a story to scare the corrupt. Others swear they've seen her, a quiet woman in a diner, a bandaged hand resting on a coffee mug, eyes that have seen hell and come back smiling. The truth is simpler and darker. Evelyn Harper was real. She was broken, yes, but she was never weak, and she was never alone. There's a network out there, shadows with scars and tattoos, watching the watchers. They don't forgive, they don't forget, and when they come for you, you won't see them until it's too late. The screen fades to black, the only sound the echo of Evelyn's voice. "Mock me again. I dare you." A single line appears. Never underestimate the quiet ones. Then, the call to action. From which part of the country are you watching this video? Drop your city in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story gave you chills, smash that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. The truth is out there. Stay vigilant.